Everybody's Fine is a family drama released in 2009 with a pretty strong cast including Robert De Niro, Sam Rockwell, Kate Beckinsale and Drew Barrymore. It follows the elderly retired and widowed Frank, played by Robert De Niro, who sets up a dinner for his 4 estranged grown-up children in a bid to reconnect with them after the passing of his wife. When they all make excuses not to attend, he decides to travel the country and surprise each of them with a visit. This is a remake of Giuseppe Tornatori's film of the same name. Tornatore is one of my favourite directors and his original is one of the few films of his I've yet to see. The film has great performances. De Niro is great to watch, as this was made during his paycheck period where he was just starring in absolute rubbish, so it's nice to see him give a restrained but effective performance in an age-appropriate role. The supporting cast, as you'd expect, since it's filled with accomplished actors, also do a fine job. It's a very well shot movie, if a little sterile and distant. The movie isn't afraid to linger for a few seconds on some scenery. In fact, at times it feels like an advert for places like New York and Las Vegas and all the places Frank visits. I'm a little conflicted on Everybody's Fine. On one hand, it doesn't go overboard with cliches in regards to Frank's relationship with his children. We're told Frank was firm on the kids when they were young, and usually with Hollywood films, they push things to the extreme and have the father be a tyrant to his children who, now that they've escaped his brutality, want nothing to do with him. Or sometimes, you get a film where the children are the bad guys, and the father, after working his guts off, is shown in a sympathetic light when his spoiled children reject him. Happily, Everybody's Fine is somewhere in the middle. It's not making a statement either way. Frank was firm with his kids, and this resulted in success in some places and failure in others. This is something I appreciated quite a bit because it showed each of the family member with their own good points and bad points, their own strengths and weaknesses. Everybody was an individual. However, because the film doesn't swing either way, because it doesn't commit to some kind of narrative where there's a clash between the father and his kids, or the kids with each other, or the father with inner demons, it results in a film where there is little conflict and there is no real struggle. It comes off as very mild, very safe, and as a result very ineffective. Frank wasn't a bad father. The kids aren't bad kids. The connection could be better, but it isn't too bad. It could be worse. So what is the story here? Do you know what I mean? It has a whiff of afternoon TV movie fodder, something that is quite beneath the cast. Also, I won't go into spoilers, but there is something revealed towards the end that, though it does give the film a little bite and allows De Niro to show off one of his best crying scenes, something I never really thought he was too good at, the revelation actually deflates the entire premise of the film. It actively buries what little conflict there had been. I still don't know what this movie was about, and I've already seen it. A man wanted to see his kids. There was a bit of miscommunication along the way, but he ends up doing so. So what? Will the sequel follow his tribulations as he wants to collect the Morning Post? Does so, and then roll credits? Saying that though, it is an enjoyable movie. It is light and doesn't get too sappy, but I didn't feel the sentimentality hit all the right beats. In fact, there were a few eyebrow-raising moments which added weight to the argument that Hollywood just doesn't understand human emotions and normal people. It's a little bit of a featherweight movie. Like I said, it just isn't strong enough. It isn't funny enough to be a good comedy. It isn't tragic enough to be a good drama. It's just kind of there, really. And it doesn't help that there have been films that have done Everybody's Fine already and done it better, like About Schmidt. I give this one a 6 out of 10.